All right, welcome. We are finishing week 2 of our foundation course, and we are talking today about mindset. Mindset has a lot to do with our everyday life and how we perceive and look at our day-to-day life as well as our future. And so we want to take a moment to talk about what mindset means to each of us and how that can be a benefit or a barrier to how we live our best life. So, first off, what does mindset mean to you guys?
Yeah, I can start actually. Mindset to me is just kind of how you think, and your thoughts really carry you throughout your day. And so either you think positively or negatively or whatever way, I think it's very much you are what your mindset is. And I think for me, I overthink a lot, and realizing that like to not let those thoughts spiral out of control and go downhill so fast that you lose what you're really supposed to be thinking about in the day. And it's okay to be silent and not to have thoughts. I think mindset is thinking of like you have to always have something to think about, and it's okay just to be present. I've catch myself sometimes like, oh my gosh, I thought about something, and like that's okay. Like thought about like a friend or a person or anything. It's just I'm just in the moment. And I think mindset is very much how you live your life. And if you think too much, almost you're just gonna put a damper on it. And I think positivity is just a really big part of mindset, and understanding your thoughts carry you throughout your whole day. I think for sure.
Yeah, it influences and impacts your life and just your everyday life. If you wake up and you say, I'm going to be positive today, I'm going to have a positive mindset, you're going to feel better throughout the day. And it just completely changes your attitude, your actions, your behavior, the way you act around other people. And that's just something this week resonated with me so much, because when you have a healthy and a holy mindset, you just feel better, and other people feel better being around you too. And kind of like bouncing off what you said, Riley, like letting your fears and your worry and everything consume you is just draining, and it's exhausting. And so when you tell yourself, I'm not going to let that type of mindset overcome me. I'm going to have a healthy and a holy mindset, and I'm going to let that drive me. And that's
Actually, one thing, I was listening to a podcast this past week as well, and they talked about how you have a soundtrack to your life, and you get to choose which soundtracks, which music plays for everything. So if you have in your mind what soundtracks you want to play, say you have something difficult coming up, or you're taking a test, or you have a big project at work that needs to be done. If you play the soundtrack that you want to hear when that comes to fruition, then you're going to be in charge of your mindset. And I really like how that was positioned, because you're your own DJ. You get to choose whether it's going to be a positive or negative experience. And when you do that, I don't know, for me, music says a lot in my life. Then you get to choose the outcomes there.
And I think to play with that, it's like it's okay to have bad moments in your life and bad moments in a day, but don't make that a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. Like it's okay. Everyone's going to have struggle points, but to accept that, to feel what you're supposed to feel, and then still find the good in each day. And I think that's a huge part, is still finding the good even in those hard days, and looking at like it's okay to have bad moments, but don't make them a bad chunk of your life. It's always good to find
Don't dwell on it.
Exactly. Like learn from the mistake or learn from what you've gone through, and then to move forward, and not just sit there in the mud and be like, I want to be sad and I'm just going to be sad for the rest of the week. Like, no, that's not going to work. But so that's another part I think about a mindset. It's like, it's okay to feel sad or mad or upset. Like, those are normal feelings, but to move past that.
Right. So tell me about a time that you had a great mindset, or you struggled with your mindset, and how you got through that. Or how a positive mindset carried you through.
I think for me, I have always just been really calm person, but then when I got to college, I was scared. I had anxiety. I was just, everything under the sun gave me anxiety, and I really let fear drive me and my decisions, until one day I was like, you know what, I can't keep doing this anymore, because it's not making me healthy, it's not making my family healthy, or my friendships and my relationships that I have with other people. So I really leaned into like, this is a choice. I'm not going to feel scared or anxious anymore, because I can't have that stuff anymore. It's controlling me. So I think I obviously turned to religion and turned to the Bible, and I used different things to cancel out that fear, because I could not keep choosing fear every day. I chose faith instead. And I think like we said, mindset is a choice, and you have to actively seek that every day. And when you do, that's when things change, and that's when you change. So,
Excellent.
I feel like your mindset can be your worst enemy
Mhm.
sometimes if you let it. But like I said, you just kind of have to wake up and say, I'm choosing God today.
Yeah.
I'm choosing a positive outlook today, and that just influences the rest of your day. So that's been a huge goal for me.
Mhm.
Is just making that conscious decision to say, I'm going to have a healthy mindset today, and that's going to influence my whole day, my whole life. It's going to influence those around me.
Sure.
And so I think it's just consciously saying, you know, if someone does something to me, I'm going to say, I'm going to forgive you.
Yeah.
It's just all these actions that you
Sure.
go throughout your day, and it's just
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say, you know, as an entrepreneur, I'm working from home, and a lot of people are working from home right now. And as you work from home, you kind of get in your own head. It's quiet. And, you know, I have found that if I let that mindset go down that rabbit trail of negativity or self-doubt, that can be really destructive. And so I think making sure you surround yourself with people who can help you come out of that mindset is really powerful. You know, especially when you're working from home and thinking, oh, I don't want to get up today. Oh, I don't need to get dressed or dress up at all. You know, I think mindset,
yeah.
there's a lot of times that if you dress good, you feel good. You know, if
Right.
you take care of your health and the food you eat and exercise, that also makes you feel proud of yourself and confident in yourself. And I think that is attributed to mindset as well.
And it's not selfish at all. And I think so often we think self-love and care is selfish because we're taking time for us. But we overlook that when you take care of yourself, you're able to be a better version of yourself for other people. And I think that's something that we need to talk about more, and we need to be more confident in that, because people need to love themselves, because I think when we all love each other, we love ourselves, we're able to change the world. So,
And I think that's the biggest thing for my stage of my life right now is really allowing myself to be selfish in a way, like work what's the best for me, and like realize this is time for me to grow, and I need to be the best version of myself so I can help others, and not like be that person for everyone, and be that person that I need for myself. And like going through hard relationships and stuff, you learn a lot about what you deserve, even in friendships, relationships, anything. And I think sometimes if there's a bad relationship or a friendship, it can really be a damper, and like it just is very draining. And I think you are who your closest, like your 5 people, I think it's at the same 5 people, closest 5 people you are to you is who you are. And I think for me, like I've really realized that, especially going to college, like I could either go down a really like dark path, party, go crazy, or I could go around like good people that have futures for themselves and goals for themselves. And I think that's the whole part of a mindset. It's like, who do I want to be, and who do I feel like can push me to be the best
courage
version?
and lead, yeah.
And be the best version of yourself and whatnot. So yeah.
Yes, yes. So the people around you really impact your mindset. And so we have to keep that in mind, that if there are people who are reaching out to you and, you know, you might be really good friends with them or think you're really good friends with them, but they're constantly nitpicking at you or making you self-doubt or making you feel guilty about who you are or the things that you're accomplishing, maybe that's not somebody who you should let in your inner circle. Don't hesitate to hang out with them, but know that their words and actions you shouldn't let impact you, because it is impacting your mindset. And so if we look at how in the world do we connect better with other people, maybe we choose those people who are going to let impact our mindset and push the others out just a little bit, and just know that they're friends, but friends in a different way.
Yeah.
Excellent. So in this past week, each day we talked about a different aspect of mindset. So one was a forgiving mindset, grateful mindset, fearless, worthy, and confident. Which area would each of you say you're really strong in, and others that are weaker? So it's forgiving or forgiveness, gratitude, fearless, worthy, and confident.
I would say for me, confidence is probably my biggest one, and not
Your strength? Or
my strength.
Okay.
Not because I am who I am, but because God is who He is, and He made me the way I am for a reason. And I think, like I said in the book, it's so much easier to be confident in the creation when you are confident in the Creator. And I think that in itself is faith, and it's Jesus, and it's God, and it's who we are. And I think we need to love who we are because God loves us for who we are as well. So
Absolutely.
I would kind of bounce off that and say I'm I feel like I'm strong in that area, and the fear and the worry is definitely something that I personally need to work on. And when I read that, I was just like, whoa.
Speaking to you.
That is me. It's just
Yeah.
you can't let your negative thoughts and emotions control you, and it's all about that mindset and saying, no, this thought is not going to ruin my day.
Right.
I'm not going to let it. I have to have faith in God that everything is going to be okay, and you just can't let that negative mindset, those emotions control you and ruin your day. And so that's like one thing that I am consciously working on. So that was something that really resonated with me.
Yeah, I think for me, like one thing I struggle with is the forgiving part of it. And I feel like I give a lot of people second chances in life, and then they just burn that bridge again. And I think realizing that it's like it's okay to like forgive them, but like forgive them on your own time, but don't let it control your whole life. And there was this priest that told me the story. It's like you can like say you forgive that person, but until you actually forgive them and feel it in your heart, they're still gonna have control over your life. And I think that's another thing is like you really just have to be intentional, be like, it's okay to be mad or upset at them, but at some point you really just have to be like, you know what, I'm done feeling that way and I forgive you, but you are not going to hold that same position that you had in my life. You'll never have that trust again. And I think like another thing is like overthinking and worrying about everything, and just really trusting in God's plan is a whole another thing. It's just, it's hard, but it's definitely makes you a better person once you begin to trust. And like, I guess that's, so
I would say my strength is the fearless mindset. I take action. People would say that all the time. Michelle, you don't even think about it. Well, I do, but I'm fearless. You know, I'm like, well, if I fall, I'll bounce back.
Learn from it and grow.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would say the self-doubt, even though I'm fearless, I still have those doubts of, will it work? Will this journey that I'm on, because I'm paving a path that people haven't had before, and doing it in a way that's very localized and really wanting to help individual people, and then helping to ignite their life and their faith, and choosing to live that faith out without feeling like they have to diminish that. And so kind of the whole basis of Ignite is really, I feel like everybody has that flame burning within them, but it's going to take something to ignite that. And I hope that's what we can do to ignite people's mindset so that they can feel that confidence as well.
And I think another thing to play off confidence is like you feel like everyone's always judging you at some point, and it's really hard to get out of your head. I mean, like, be confident in what you're working with. And like for me, like I feel like social media is like a huge hard, people are judging you all the time. I guess for my generation, it's like what you post, who you hang out with. If you don't post a picture like every day or every week,
are you
like,
actually living?
Or you don't Snapchat someone, and I'm like, no, like those things don't matter in the end, and I have to work on that. And like, but that's such a big part of our lives, and I think that's where I struggle with the most is comparison. And like, I know I'm like who I am, but it's also like when people like judge you, it's just like you don't know what other people think, but it's like their thoughts don't affect who I am. Like you have to kind of just think like their thoughts are their thoughts, my thoughts are my thoughts, and I'm gonna believe what I think. And if this is what makes me happy, the haters can go away. Like they can just hate, and I'm gonna live my best life. Like you know. So that's I think another thing is just
So how are you each going to hold yourself accountable as we move forward in having a healthy and holy mindset?
I would say just consciously, being a forgiving person and not letting things consume you. So that's one thing for me. And then I've said it probably 3 times, but not letting your fear and your anxieties and your worries overcome you, because they can. And it's a miserable mindset to have. So those 2 things are just in the front of my mind. And those are like the 2 things that I've just been focusing on. And I mean, it's helped me already. Just become a more positive person, because you wake up in the morning and you say, I got this.
I'm going to crush it.
I'm going to have a good day.
And you do.
And it's totally all about your mindset. And if you're confident and you know that you're going to have a great day, and you can have setbacks, and that's okay. And that's what you need to tell yourself. Just because something bad happens, don't let yourself go into this black hole of, well, my day's ruined now. I can't do anything. Better try again next day. You know?
Right.
You just have to have that mindset that things are going to happen, and you just have to get through it. And I don't know.
I think for me the biggest thing about mindset is really just like letting not my thoughts control my life. And like like overthinking, because I overthink a lot and overanalyze it, and just like sometimes just let it be and let things unfold the way they're supposed to, and not try to plan everything out in my life, and just take it day by day, I think is a huge part for me. And just trusting in God's plan, and really like realizing that like you said, when you wake up in the morning, believe it's going to be a good day. And yeah, you might have had a bad day yesterday, went to get a good night's sleep, but you know what? You're going to get a coffee or treat yourself or something, and you're going to start your day and you're going to do great things. And just having that mindset of every day is going to be a good day. And yes, like there's going to be setbacks in life. Nothing's ever going to go perfect, but it's perfectly placed for you so you can grow. And I think that's another thing I have to think about, is certain situations or certain events happen so you're able to learn and grow and become a better version of yourself. It's always about that process. You're always almost like enjoy the chase of chasing that new person, like that person that you want to be. And because every stage in your life you're looking to be something else, but also enjoy it in the moment that you are, and like the struggles, and like realizing
being present.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Being present is huge too, I think.
And I think for me, I need to work on giving myself grace, because I'm someone who can easily just beat myself up for, oh, dang, I was like negative that day. I was worried about this. And I need to learn that, yes, like we all struggle with this, but I need to learn to give myself grace, and like, it's okay. Like, let's grow from it. So.
Yes, excellent. And for me, I think it's a lot about choosing how and what I will let into my mindset. I said it before, but I do care what people think. I might be confident in showing and doing what I do, or showing people how I feel about things. But at the same time, I do care what people think, and I can mask that a little bit, but not letting that enter into my confidence. And so continuing on with that fearless mindset, but also being grateful for where I'm at and enjoying and living in the moment, like we've said before. Yes, well, thank you all for being here. We hope you have had a very impactful time listening to our little Let's Talk shows here, as we've talked about faith and mindset. Next week, we're talking about intention. So I hope you'll join us once again to learn about intention and how you can live that healthy and holy life in a strong foundation in God. Have a wonderful day, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.